Now let me introduce Mr. Niccolo, who brings a wonderful sense of diversity to this show. This half-Italian stallion is also from New York City. He enjoys walking, eating, and even sitting. It is also a little-known fact that he sometimes listens to Cher without a sense of irony. Give it up for Nico!
I went into a gun store the other day because they had $25 gift certificates in the window. Because you need that, and they were great. They have everything you need for hunting purposes there, from laser scoped handguns to automatic assault rifles. Because sometimes when hunting a deer, a flange rifle just doesn't do it. Sometimes you'll miss with your shotgun and need to go in close range with your little revolver. I asked the clerk what was his, what the cheapest gun he had was, out of curiosity, and he said, $275. I can give you a real cheap piece of shit. And the guy corrected him and said, no, we have much cheaper guns. They just sell out really quickly. So the best-selling item at gun stores are cheap piece of shit handguns that fly off the shelves. I really wanted to ask the guy, so I'm thinking of hunting in the Newark area. I'm looking for a gun that will help me hunt an animal the size of a fat man in a running suit. I'm not like for making guns totally illegal, because I like hunting tasty animals, but the fact that guns are legal is kind of absurd, because it's a device that's only purpose is to kill people, or to like make people in the Old West dance faster. It's something like a mad scientist would create, like in a 1950s movie when the black and white and the mad scientists would go, ha ha ha, I've created a death threat. It is a hideous device that when you point it at someone and fire, they die. And all the heroes around them gasp and go, my God, he's created something too hideous to exist in this world. Quick boys, take aim and shoot him with your guns. Superheroes don't usually use guns though, because it's like cheap and easy and so like criminals would do. Superheroes only use like natural like strength that they have. So, Superman, how do you intend on defeating the bad guys? Well, I intend on beating them with my superhuman strength until they lay motionless in a pile of laurel on the ground, and then I plan on burning a hole in their chest with my laser eyes. Sounds like justice, Superman. Remember the presidential fitness exam? It's a great time of my middle school experience. For those who don't remember, the presidential fitness exam was a standard physical education test where you had to do as many push-ups, pull-ups, or sit-ups as the President of the United States could do. And so it was like really easy when FDR was president. Sadly, I could never do as many push-ups as Bill Clinton, which is really sad. Anyhow, if you did actually pass this test, I think you got a signed letter from the president saying, you're as powerful as I am. You now have the right to come to Washington, D.C. and fight me in the arena of freedom. I've never gotten that letter. I was looking up the other day and I saw that a large number of people have been convicted or found guilty of conspiracy to commit mail fraud. And this is not, well, it's not actually like a large number of people, maybe like 100 people a year. But that becomes a large number when you realize what a dinky crime conspiracy to commit mail fraud is. Is this something you really need to conspire to do? So you grab a bunch of criminal masterminds in a shady room and sit down at a long table while you pet your cat and say, ladies and gentlemen, I have a conspiracy to propose. We shall send mail, but we shall put the address we're sending it to on the return sender place and not put any stamps on it, thereby defrauding the government by mail. The worst part is it's just conspiracy. They didn't even get away with it. Which means the police had to be lying in wait or undercover somewhere and busted the run like, we got you now, you bastards! You sick fucks! We've been under operation since day one. I saw the best reality television show ever the other day. It's simply entitled, My Dad is Better Than Your Dad. In it, father-child teens compete to see whose dad is better, and there's no way of being on this television show without emotionally scarring yourself and your child. And you already know who's going to win, because they have two dads. There's one dad who's super dad, muscly, hunkish, strong, and then there's fat dad with a beard. In the first challenge, the dads have to run down the hill, pick up a ball, then run up the hill and throw the ball on a hole and get a point. And so the game starts, and the dads run down the hill, and they run up the hill, and Super Dad's chugging along, and the kids are cheering, and Super Dad's winning game-winning points, scoring constantly, and Fat Dad can barely make it up the hill the second time. He starts panting. He falls to his knees. He crawls a bit, but he can't stop because his child is behind him yelling, "Daddy, I love you! Please win! Please win, Dad!" And so he fights through the pain more and more and more until he collapses on the ground. And finally the round's over, and they count up the points. And Super Dad has 24 points, and Fat Dad with a beard has 3. And at this point, the daughter of the failed dad says, "My dad will always be better in my eyes." To which the announcer responds, "Well, Susie, actually, your dad is 8 times worse than Timmy's dad. If your dad knew math half as well as Timmy's dad, you'd probably know that." Right, thank you.